Hey Bracers, what's up? It's Obsolete Mystic here. And it is an exciting time to be a Trails fan, man. I am so hype for the Western release of Horizon. Even though I played the game all the way through, I've near 100% it. I'm still excited. It's going to be a whole new experience to replay the game with the English cast, in my opinion. Like, so far, it has always been worth it for me to replay the games in English, and and plus they usually tended to do some rebalancing when it comes to the Western releases. So I want to explain that. There's a disclaimer here I'm going to give, in that I am playing on the 1.0 version of Trails Beyond the Horizon in Japanese right now. So I have no idea if the game has been patched since. I have no idea if things are going to be different with the Western release, that they'll have done some tweaks to the game's balance, besides whatever they may have done to the Cloud 11 version of the game. But I'm just letting that be known, is that there may be some things that don't turn out as powerful as are shown in these videos, or there may even be some things that turn out stronger than they were before. So, just to also make it really quick, in any of these build videos, there are no droplets used. I do not use a single droplet unless it's the Dawn ones, which are just the level ups. I do not alter stats in any way that is outside of the character's natural growth evolution and obvious things that you can't avoid, like gear, equipment or orbments, whatever. So with that said, we're going to talk about Kevin. Kevin's broken in this game. I'm just going to say it outright. Despite the fact that his route on a nightmare run is the hardest to do from scratch, once you really start to settle into your party's overall party build, not just individually, but the synergies really start to pop off, it's insane. And Kevin is a big part of that, and I kind of like it, from a meta narrative standpoint, that Kevin, being the party leader in his route, he also carries his party. So everyone else in the game everyone else in the route depends on Kevin being in the party. And I think that's really cool. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you what you want to do with Kevin going forward in Horizon, your Nightmare playthrough, and what your end game is. So what I'm about to show you is achievable about 2/3 into the game. You can hit this build in its entirety, I believe, by that point. And I also want to say that when I replay the game, I'm doing a couple of rules on myself, and this build uses those rules. So I do not... the rules are, I have to use the vanilla hollow core that the character comes with, and I have to use the vanilla arts driver that the character comes with. Now, I am allowed to use plugins, but the plugins cannot be an element that is not in the arts driver. So, as you can see, I'm using Nemesis, that's what he comes with, and it's a time and wind arts driver. So, when it comes to, like, let's say dual arts, I'm allowing myself to use it as long as one element is one of the elements in the arts driver. So I've got both a time and wind partial dual art. I have Sylphid Breath and Nebula Cannon, and we'll talk about why. But here we go. So I'm going to put together the build on the spot with you guys, so that you can see, and maybe it'll help, like, piece things together. So, first of all, ultimate weapon. Weapons don't really matter, because they don't really do anything with those. Subpart, We want Guardian R. You want anything that is within the Guardian or like tanking sphere in general. So Guardian R is the ultimate one. Armor Grip is a unique one that gives you a little bit of speed and arts defense, but for the purposes of Kevin, we don't really need it. Kevin doesn't really need speed, so we're not going to worry about that. Second of all, I use the Helios coat on Kevin as his armor. There's really no point in using anything else. The only reason you might use something else is to get like the Sacred Gown for evasion, but you're not an evasion tank. We don't need that. So we just go with whatever gives us the most defense, and that's going to be the Helios coat. This is like your end game armor piece. Now, when it comes to shoes, we are going to use something a little weaker than normal, and we're going to use the Benedict boots. So Benedict boots give you 10% arts evasion. This is going to be important. You're going to see when we get to our quartz and short skill setup. So even though, yes, you get more arts damage if you use the higher tier boots, we want Benedict shoes. This is what we're using. Our accessory choices for now are going to be the Regalia Mantle. This gives you arts defense, ATS, ADF, and EP bonus. Like, this benefits him in every way that matters. And I give him a Holy Spirit Bead Rosary. So, I'll let you read what it does there. If you want to do something else, you can use the Grail Locket to ensure that he doesn't get like taken out by status effect, but I mostly find this to be optimal. Holy Spirit Bead Rosary and Regalia Mantle, and Benedict boots for the Guardian R subpart. That's your end goal, in my opinion. So now we're going to go to our Orbment setup. So our keystones here, we want a Clotho in our defense line, a Hecate in our magical line, and a March Hare in our EX line. And let's look at what those do, right? So March Hare, 20% chance to absorb physical damage. For a character that's meant to be a tank, this is obviously nothing but a positive, right? Hecate, physical damage increases as HP is lower. Kevin is surprisingly, for a mage in a tank, he surprisingly hits hard physically, and this helps him a lot, and he'll have plenty of chances to take advantage of this. So we're gonna go with this. This is okay. And it's going to give us also our elemental values we need for our ideal shard skills, which we'll go over. In the defense line, I have this. Same reason. It does nothing but benefit him in a way that he is likely to benefit from. So we go Clotho. And also because its elemental values do nothing but help us get the best outcome for our short skills. So let's start here. So attack line. Kevin doesn't really benefit from anything in the attack line except we're gonna get Executioner EX, and unfortunately we can get Executioner EX in a way that once again is nothing but beneficial to what Kevin wants. So to get our Executioner EX, we're going to go with a Durandal. As you can see, it gives you 50% additional boost gauge when attacking. This is helpful for obvious reasons, and for Kevin is important because Kevin is a character that you are always in ZOC. And you'll see that. You always want to ZOC on Kevin, no matter what, even if it means you have to give that up for the other characters. Kevin like basically lives or dies by being able to be in ZOC all times, so we're gonna go Durandal, and then because he's our tank, as I've said before, we want Scent, because obviously that's going to make the enemies go after him the most, and finally we're gonna put a Strike 2. That gives us exactly the Executioner EX, and we're not going to worry about it otherwise. Next is our defense line. So we want 3 things on the defense line that are just like priority number 1. We're not going to go for Guardian on Kevin. Even though Guardian is broken, what I'm showing you is going to provide, it's going to pay out more. So we're going to go for Seraphic Force EX. This is obviously good because he comes back to life 1 time. And basically almost at full health. I think it's like 90% of your health is restored to you. And we're going to get Avenging Arrow EX. And because, obviously, he is natural arts evasion that we're leaning into, this is going to be nothing but help to him. And this will be one of the ways in which he'll be able to provide passive damage to the characters, in which his being a mitigation tank pays out more than being a evasion tank, because you'll have this if he doesn't evade in a spell. If he gets hit by a spell, he's liable to do this. So in order to get what we want in regards to this, and also I want, for the record, let me specify again too, we want to end up with auto crest and auto regen. So we want auto regen, auto crest, and Avenging Arrow EX. So to get there, first we're going to go, and we're going to go here, and we're going to get a Hanuman. So obviously, this is insane. 100% evasion, arts evasion while casting arts. We absolutely want that. Second, we want to get our we want to do a kindness. The benefits of this should be obvious to anybody. And then finally, to get a last little bit here, auto regen guard. We're going to do a Calliope. Arts have a chance to do a critical hit. And there we go. That's what we want a defensive line to look like on Kevin. Next is our magic line. So the only thing I care about getting with Kevin is Avenger Arts EX. I don't care about anything else. I could care less. So if you can get Absorbing Arts too, that is nice, because that allows him to essentially, he gets to operate at no loss whatsoever. So what I like to do here, Azure Pearl Bracelet gives him more arts evasion. Then I like to do Beowulf, because we get additional EX gauge, right? Everyone likes that. And then your final one is up to you. So you can go Divine Oracle, for example, Divine Oracle or Oracle. If you're wondering what it seems like, why don't I just put like the best possible quartz in the slot I could? It's because both in party management, you don't want to use a valuable quartz if you don't have to. And yeah, like if you just go for the bare minimum of satisfying a short skill requirement, that's better than doing the alternative. So we're going to go for Divine Oracle. We're going to do Divine Oracle. And it's not like that doesn't help him anyway, right? So we're going to go with that. Sucks I can't get Absorbing Arts. That would be nice to have if I could, but that's just not what we want to prioritize. Well, actually, let's see. A bit of improvising here. Let's see if I'm wrong about that. Maybe we don't have to go that way. Oh, okay. We're going to be able to do it. Never mind. I take back what I said. One missing here. Oh, right, okay. So, obviously, I think I misjudged. So, if we go... Okay, we can go Divine Oracle. And then we're going to use the Azure Pearl Bracelet, but we're going to use it elsewhere instead. Yeah, we're going to go this way. Here we go. So we're going to go Florent. That gives us Absorbing Arts and Adventure Arts DX. So what am I missing to keep Absorbing Arts to? Right, that's okay. Absorbing Arts is good enough, so as long as we have Adventure Arts DX, we're good. And then for our final one, our utility line, I want to do Shade 2, and I want to do Fear 2. And that is because he has Cavalry Bolt, which has a chance to inflict both blind and fear. It also has a death blow chance. And it's just nothing but beneficial. Period. It's just nothing but good for you if you can do that. So we're going to do Shade 2, Fear 2. And then our final quartz is kind of up to you. Let's look at what we have a chance to get here. So the best thing that you could possibly go for here would be to go toward Heavenly Luck. And we're going to do that. We're going to do Hermit. This is obviously beneficial in every way. If you want to try going the other direction, I can go here and use a Konohana Sakuya. And this will also give him Heavenly Luck, and this gives him magic damage if his HP is also higher. So you kind of get to go either way. So we're gonna go that way. That's how we're gonna do it. So that's our setup. And as for the rest of the characters, I'm gonna auto-equip them. And then when we get to the build videos for them, we'll do something different. So, we're going to go into a battle, and I'm going to go show this off now. So, the thing that's insane about Kevin is he is unkillable. He is actually invincible. And, if he gets going. So, we have a battle simulator again, like we did in Daybreak 1. And we're going to use this final one, Those Who Transcend Darkness. This is a super boss that is optional. There's no, I don't consider this anything spoilery. This is a fight against Demon Gerard and Demon August, and that's all it is. So we're going to use this. This is the fight I like to use for these build tests, because it is extremely hard. On Nightmare difficulty, this is an extremely hard fight. So, what we're going to do first is, generally with this party, we have a pretty good choice of shard orders. I'm going to call them shard orders. They call these shard commands. Same thing. They're brave orders. So, we're going to go with Ultimate Wind. This is good for Kevin. It's good for everybody. We can either do that, or we can also go with Brilliant Scepter, which also is a big help. If you have Lapis, you have access to this and Noble Axe. These are busted, both of these. For the sake of Kevin, because we're demonstrating him, we're going to do Brilliant Scepter. And so, I'm just gonna fight like normal, and I'm gonna, we're only gonna do commentary when it comes to Kevin, because that's who the video's about, right? So, I'm just gonna do what I would normally do to fight in general. So, here's the other thing about Kevin. So, Kevin has two buffs. One is an install, one is a generic buff. So he has only Stigma. This is like United Spirit Unification. It's something like that. Gives him 3 turns of, I believe it's 100% additional physical and magic attack damage. And this is obviously good, but it's expensive, like these kind of buffs are, right? But you're gonna see that Unleashed Stigma has a hidden third benefit that it doesn't tell you about. So we're going to do Unleashed Stigma. So like Unite Spirit Unification, you get a turn immediately. This doesn't cost your turn. So the other thing about Kevin is he has Nemesis Aura. So this gives him attack and magic damage up just like the Stigma. It stacks on top of the Stigma. And he gets 3 turns of complete invincibility. He blocks everything. And I believe it gives him a 100% chance to counterattack on whether it's arts or whether it's physical. And you might notice his S-Craft now costs only 50 CP. This is the broken part about Stigma. So, we're going to first Nemesis Aura up. I'm going to ZOC so we keep our turn. And once again, we're going to do Brilliant Scepter. So, we can do good magic damage. You know, he's a fantastic arts user, but his crafts are also really good. Cavalry Bolt is probably the best magic damage AoE craft in the game. Another thing that hopefully they'll make this more clear is that characters who have magic damage crafts, they actually now do the elemental damage that they're biased towards. So Kevin, all his Cherubim Shot and his Cavalry Bolts, they do time magic damage. They're not just like a flat generic magic damage, they're time elemental. So that also means if you have like a shard skill that benefits gives you additional time damage, that means it will always activate the Cavalry Bolt or Cherubim Shot and give you better results. And as you can see, because our Stigma is active, it only costs 22 CP. So this is kind of your main button with Kevin is Cavalry Bolts. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to do Holy Demon Spears of Urun Loa. This is his final S-Craft, and we want to show this off because the damage on this is absolutely bonkers. Especially with our shard skills, with our stacked Stigma plus Nemesis Aura buffs, plus our shard command, and plus just his general disposition. So I want you to look at this damage we got to Look at that. So I believe, at this point, I believe in my experience, Kevin has the actual best damage output S-Craft in this game, for sure. Like, it's just undeniable to me. He does so much damage. He does, you know, he's biased towards elements that typically enemies are weak to or they have low defense against. It's hard to, like, deny, like, just how busted he is. So we're just going to continue on with this fight. And, yeah, so let me know in the comments while we're here. We're going to do a build video every day. Unless I happen to choose, you know, before you guys say anything, comment on the video below and let me know what Kevin Root character you want to see a build video for next. I'm not going to do Swin and Nadia separately. I think if I do that, it will be a video with the two of them together. So your choices are we either do Rufus next or we do Swin and Nadia next. Let me know. In the meantime, I will do a Arc-wide Solutions Office cast character. So, Age of Shield. And this is important too. You'll see later on when we get into other videos is that Kevin and Rufus together are the most busted front line pair I've ever seen in the Trails game. Any of them. And we'll get to that. Obviously, I don't have Rufus built like I would build him. And we'll get to that. So, let me know if you guys want to see a Rufus build next, or if you want to see a Nadia and Swin build next. I also say, and the reason I'm going to do Swin and Nadia together is because the Daybreak engine really incentivized pairing, and the new features like the new combat bonuses and stuff that they've added in Horizon, like really tripled down on that. So I have my party like split into Kevin and Rufus, and then Swin and Nadia. And I just have the two of those pairs always in SCL and range of each other. So you're gonna see it's gonna be impossible to kill Kevin. They're just not gonna be able to do anything to him. The only way they can do anything about him is they're gonna have to all cancel him. And not very many bosses or enemies have all cancel in this game. So we're gonna do Brilliant Scepter again. And we're gonna Nemesis Aura again. The reason we're gonna Nemesis Aura again is because when you want a Blitz turn bonus, you get more turns on your buff. So that just like opportunistically is the best thing we can do. So you can see Kevin's unkillable. They can't do anything to him. They can't touch him. So now I'm gonna do like Cavalry Bolt. We're just gonna do like more standard attacks now. So yeah, Cavalry Bolt does time damage. So keep that in mind if you're fighting an enemy that maybe is weak to time. Kevin's really good against time weak enemies. Cherubim Shot is the same thing. Cherubim Shot is a time elemental craft. So just to keep that in mind. We're going to do Nemesis Aura again because we can double up on it. Like you can see, they can't hurt him. He is literally unkillable. And even in instances where he is, obviously, well, he just survived, right? And I guess we'll talk about, the last thing I'll talk about are my plugin choices under the rule set I have imposed on myself. So, I chose from my plugins, I chose Nebula Cannon, and I chose Sylphid Breath. Nebula Cannon I chose for obvious reasons. It's a Time Mirage hybrid dual art. That always is a good elemental pairing. It has Bewitch double plus. I believe this means it has a 100% chance to work. So not a 200% chance. 200% would be guaranteed. So 100% is, you know, half of the time. And it has rank too slow. So that's pretty good. But the other thing I have on here is I have Sylphid Breath. I don't remember if Sylphid Breath was in Daybreak 2. I don't think it is. You see it says HP plus 120%, right? So, wait, people will read this, they'll read this and they think this means, oh, it's just like an overkill full heal, right? No. What this means is it full heals and it gives 120% additional health. So we're gonna cast this. I'm gonna let the animation play out. This is the cool art. So now Kevin is 17,000 HP. Yeah. That attack is game over. So, video's over for now then. So, that was my Kevin build for Nightmare in Trails Beyond the Horizon. Can't wait for this to come out. I hope to see you guys all there. let me know out of the Kevin route who you want to see next. So it's either Rufus or a video of Swin and Nadia paired together. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace out.